Hello, everybody. Sorry about that short delay, although we are still starting practically on time. Yeah, my computer decided at the last minute to make me sound like Mr. Roboto. So, thank you for joining us once again for an exciting episode of Those Natural Ones. And thank you for those who joined in on this past Friday for our special monthly in-person sitting around a table rolling real dice. That was really, really fun. That was interesting and a lot of fun. So thank you, Emery, for running that AthisCon game. And thank you for all who tuned in.
I'm still a little disappointed that Scott wasn't there in just his loincloth.
Yeah, no.
We were all disappointed.
Before we get started.
We're going to let me in the building.
Yeah. Before we get started, a couple quick announcements, starting with we will not be on next week due to some other major political events happening in the United States on Tuesday.
Other major political event.
Yeah.
Are you calling us a major political event?
Maybe. Mm-hmm. So
Okay.
We apologize, but we will not be on because I do not trust my internet. But we will be back the following week, and that week you'll get a twofer. You'll get a Tuesday show, and you'll get our Friday, November in-person sitting around a table rolling real dice. Possibly campaign-altering episode right there. So we will be staying in the main campaign for this one. Like I said last week, this past week was the last one-shot of the year. So the next two in-persons will be in the regular campaign. Next Friday, the 15th. I'm sorry, not next Friday. 2 Fridays from now, the 15th, 7 p.m. Eastern time. Mark it on your calendar. Be there. Everyone will be here, which is fantastic. Other than that, Scott, it's your turn.
Hi, I'm Scott. We have a Patreon. It's metal. Patreon.com/Those Natural Ones. Check it out. Many levels to choose from. One of those is a weekly shout out. So once again, thank you, Les and Flora Merlat, for your continued support. Check it out. Lots of cool options, merch, Discord access, all the way up to advertising opportunities. Patreon.com/Those Natural Ones. You can check out the full list of our patrons at the mid and end screens and on the player card section.
Thank you. Where else, Emery, can they find us?
When they're not supporting us on Patreon, you can always find us Tuesdays at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Standard or Daylight Savings Time, depending on which point of the year, on YouTube, on Twitch. And they can interact with us on Facebook, on X/Twitter/ whatever we feel like calling it this week, on Threads. You can also interact with our very own Butch on Butch's blog on Tumblr.
It's true.
Right, where he will tell you all of the secrets of the campaign.
Secrets of the campaign, secrets of the universe, secrets of Sun and Moonbow. Just do a search on Tumblr for Those Natural Ones, and you will arrive.
And also, for those of you wanting to listen to the audio-only podcast form, you can still find us wherever podcasts are spread out into the universe. Do remember to like, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications so that way you never miss an episode. Make sure when you do hit that bell to hit all and not personalized. Share. Tell your friends. Sound off in the comments and let us know how we're doing. Any and all engagement helps us out a ton.
Indeed. Thank you for that. I think that is just about it. So let's dive into it. Sam, what happened last week?
Oh, what happened? So, last session, Gwen and Arnon discussed the events that they both witnessed, and Arnon revealed his thoughts on friends. Turns out we're not friends, we're family. Oh my god. Anyways, Elric used Wind Walk, and we began our journey, Arnon leading us via the coin. Orpheus and Elric ended up separated from the party. We got back together. We saw signs of denizens of the Underdark as we continued on our way, including many-legged ones we didn't want anything to do with. And we continued to be guided by Lysandra's enchanted coin while being big clouds of mist. And after 2 days of travel, we reached the end of the tunnel that ended on a wooden platform next to a huge waterfall around sunset. Following the walkway, we found a house with a ton of drugs in the basement. While investigating, Elric accidentally got very high and could hear everyone's thoughts. Orpheus sampled something on purpose and fell asleep to a rather alluring dream. And after some shenanigans, and Elric absolutely definitely not stealing drug samples from what is obviously a stash, Arnon did his best to put all the traps back. We were then picked up by Captain Sid and ended the session aboard the ship, not fully decided on where we're headed or how we're going to get there.
Indeed. I believe there was talks about either going one way or going to the other way to go talk to the dwarves in Conticaria, but that was about it. I just realized we had the player cards from the one-shot still up when I saw Plute's ugly-ass face. So
He's beautiful.
give me a few minutes to get that fixed.
Somebody needs a blessing.
Yeah, somebody. Oh, Jesus Christ. Hey, Sam, can you send me a link to the updated ones? It looks like I only have the level 12 saved on my.
Wow. Yeah.
I know. I'm way on, prepared for all of this. So we'll get those up and running here in a minute. So let us jump into it as you all board the airship. There was talks about going to either going the east route or the west route. The east route being a little quicker, but also taking you very close to Shan and potential danger. West route being significantly longer, but safer. Which route, or what did you all want to do?
Do we need to go back to what's it called for your spells, Elric?
Pomadon.
I forgot you ordered crap.
I did place an order. That's true.
Forgot you spend all of our money.
Well, I might have an answer to that. Given that this is for the war effort, maybe, possibly, potentially, I could convince the Jarl to put it on loan for me until I can pay him back at a more convenient time.
Sorry for the blinging noises.
Blinging.
Not to you guys. I'm saving these files and it's popping up with the, are you sure you want to save that? Like alert sound on stream.
Uh-oh.
Give me just 1 second. I got the last one coming right now. Are you sure? Yes. Okay, cool. All right. All blinging should be gone. Let me pop these back up here. Player cards. Refresh. All right. Okay. Sorry. So you were discussing whether or not to go back to Palmadon to pick up your spells. Here,
with the possibility of
putting them on
convincing
loan.
the Jarl to, yes.
yes. All right. So, for the sake of brevity and the fact that we have roughly 4.5 weeks to get through in the course of 2 sessions, I would like a list of everything you all would like to do in the next 5 weeks. What are you all trying to accomplish in the next 5 weeks? We're going to do a montage, so to speak.
time for
I want to rock.
mirage.
How long would it be possible for Gwen to pick up some basic Infernal?
Basic Infernal, yeah. If you studied with...
Some light conversational Infernal, just enough to pick up words here and there.
Yep. Hey, Perry, you're blurry again.
Sounds a lot like Thunder Kiss.
Okay, well, I know Butch would really like to get some time logging cooking hours. And if we're traveling on one of the ships, he can do that. So that's a goal for me.
Okay.
Also, I wouldn't mind us getting lost in the mountains for a long time because they're very pretty and majestic.
Okay.
Orpheus
Well,
would
maybe-
like LASIK, so it can roll better than single digits on perception checks.
I would like to find boots of haste.
I'm talking realistic things that you would like to
Watch, we find magic boosts of paste. So close.
Boots of
I do
haste.
say,
Sweet mercy.
I want to approach Elric about his little secret drug stash.
You approach me about it?
I need
Borrow
to
one of
send
Sid's
you that.
cigarettes here. Hey man, you got the stuff?
Nah, I don't know what you're talking about.
You holding?
I need some mind flayer. Need some mind flayer. You got some mind flayer?
Mind flay? You want mind flay?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if I can part with it.
It's not
Wait,
good. You're doing
this is
inside of
heavy
a
shit.
montage.
Are you a cop? What is this? Come on.
Dog.
Hey, man, I think you need to...
Narc. Is there a narc on this ship?
Whoa.
You know, this is a
Step off,
pirate
man.
ship, right? We don't tolerate narcs.
Step off, man.
All right, for real though.
Just because I got what you need doesn't mean I'm going to give it to you.
All right, Orpheus does want it though. Just FYI, there's intent, real character intent there.
Okay. Real character intent from Elric is to study it for the maybe future potential of replicating.
I just
Should
need
the need arise.
need a single dose for my intentions, Elric. It's for when we encounter Red again. I want to be able to tell if she's still in there.
If that's the reason you want it, I will hold it until the time comes.
Gwen also wants to spend some time secretly carving like a oh my god, I forget what it's called. Like a little figure of like a tree, and it's intended to be a courting item for a wood elf. And knowing that we're going up into this huge battle, Gwen wants to, in unofficial means, officially court Rain by giving this to them prior to the
shit.
battle.
All right.
So it's effectively as close as Gwen will ever get to asking Rain to marry her. But she needs to do this. So sometime over that 4-week period, she wants to make it and then present it to Rain.
I got Gwen is serious.
Sirius is the dead.
Ooh.
Goes back to furiously whittling.
Is there anything else? Any
Oh no, it's
Oh
back.
no, it's happening
It's
again.
back.
what? My voice?
Yes, your voice.
Yes.
Great.
Darth Robot has returned.
Let me know on the stream if it's robotic for you all as well, or if it's just them.
Yeah, because if it's just
If it's just you, I can change my mic for Discord.
No, I think it sounds like that on the stream too.
Does it?
Yeah, it does.
Oh,
Kind of
fantastic.
amazing.
Hold, please.
Technical difficulties.
All
The
right.
best.
Minor technical difficulties.
How's that in Discord? Did that change in
Oh.
Discord?
That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, let me change it in the stream too.
Is your mic going bad?
I think it might be the cable. All right, so how is that in the stream? Let me know. It might be a little quieter and a little roomier, but
Yeah,
I
it's a
gotta
little
use-
echoier, but it's fine.
yeah, I gotta use the webcam mic, unfortunately, because apparently my mic is going funky on me. So, give me, I'll hopefully have that straightened out here by next time we stream. All right, so I forget what we were talking about after that.
Marriage.
Marriage is what brings us together.
Yeah, Gwen's gonna soft propose to Rain before the
Fantastic.
battle.
Soft propose.
All right. I feel like between the fact that all of your closest relations, save for maybe one or two, are there, Elric's spells, what Gwen wants to do, at some point during these 5 weeks, you're going to end up back in Palmadon. So, the real question is, do you do the dwarves first, or do you do Palmadon first?
We want to give the dwarves time, don't we, to prepare?
Yeah,
Okay.
we should
Yeah,
dwarves.
that sounds like dwarves first.
All right, so
And then
we'll
we want to bring
say
good news.
you take a couple weeks, you fly to Conticaria. I would like, since this is Ember's homeland, with assistance from Butch and potentially Gwen as well, give me, Ember, give me a survival roll to see how well you can navigate the ship to the Dwarven capital.
Does that mean at advantage?
Correct.
Oh shit!
Hopefully we don't get copyright struck for that. That's a natural 20. Okay, so
What did it do? I didn't hear it.
it was the...
I see it. I hear it now.
Yep, there it is.
Took a minute.
So you would know that the majority, one of the largest population centers of the dwarves is right on the border of, in the mountainous region between Conticaria and Shan. It is an underground city built into the mountains, and the city is known as Donok, D-O-N-O-K. So with a little bit of assistance from Butch and Gwen, who had traveled through Conticaria on their way to Conticaria, you're able to basically navigate the airship, the Sky Pirates, to Donok, to the mountains that house Donok. Being reclusive individuals, how do you go about, any of you, how do you go about winning the trust of them to let you enter the city?
I stay quiet.
That's fair.
Good start.
Yep.
And lead with
I mean, who are we
diplomacy
talking to?
first. So,
Right now, you are approaching the guards at the gate of the city.
Iron Forge.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
so this
what's
seems like
the
a
name
good
of
time
this
for a hail and
city?
well met.
Yeah.
The name of the city is Danak. You walk up, if we want to get a little more detailed. I was trying to do, like, quick pace here. If you want to get more detailed, you've come across a large road that kind of dead ends into this mountainside itself with these intricate carved runes and figures carved out of stone all throughout this large tunneled entrance that you see statues of dwarves of different with different adornments lining this pathway up to this almost cliff face that has been dug into. Inside, through this, you see torchlight glowing the entire inside with a golden glow. You see a battalion of guards standing watch at the entrance, blocking the path forward.
Hello there, proud guards. We seek entrance to speak with your leadership.
What business do you have in Danak?
We are emissaries of the former nation of Conticaria. We are seeking aid. Our nation has been overrun by mind flayers, torn apart by a black dragon that is possessed. We have traveled the plains. We have gathered armies. We are attempting to stop the destruction of the material plane itself. We understand you are all proud, fierce, capable warriors. We're hoping you'd like in.
Roll me a persuasion check.
Okay. How did I do?
That's a 28. The two a handful of guards in the center kind of like lean over and whisper at each other and everything. And the one kind of steps forward. Well, you'll have to plead your case with oh shit, I forgot his name. Give me a second. I'm so flustered from all the technical issues that are going on with my damn microphone.
We
You're
got
fine.
you. We got you.
You'll have to go inside and plead your case with Thelmond Frostbeard. He's the ruler of this city. Head through here. Oh, Songs at Twilight. Thanks for subscribing. Head through here. Durgan will lead you the rest of the way. And this one guard, this kind of squat, sturdy dwarf, kind of steps up in these kind of platinum plate mail. And kind of, follow me. I'll take you to the castle.
Ready, thanks.
Finally, we're walking at my pace.
Walk this way.
Is this one of those escort missions where I'm gonna walk faster than the NPC is
Yes.
running?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, we all will. Well, except for the dwarf.
So you, for the sake of brevity, will say you make your way through this underground cities. You see just tens of thousands of denizens going throughout their daily life. You walk through this cliffside into what can only be described as more or less a hollowed out mountain with a full-on like subterranean metropolis, one that rivals Menzoberranzan. You see multiple levels carved into this mountain, and in the center, with this pillar of light that comes from some sort of opening high above, that kind of shines down onto this garden underneath. That's in this garden itself is actually growing on top of what appears to be a large citadel or a large castle in the center of this city. You make your way through, and for the sake of brevity, we'll say you find your way into an audience with this older-looking dwarven man, stock and sturdy, long white beard down to about his belly button, large iron crown adorned with rubies and emeralds and other precious materials, rings on almost every single one of his fingers, and these heavy, intricate, like maroon robes with gold filigree throughout. This is clearly the king of Dunnock, Thelmond Frostbeard.
Did you say Thelnan?
Thelmond. It is
Thelmond.
Thelmond. Thelmond.
I assume we enter and wait to be addressed.
For the sake of brevity,
We're not
we're going to
dressed?
say yes. You make your way in. What is the argument you would like to pose to him to get ask for their assistance?
Good King Frostbeard, as you no doubt are aware, the war with Shan has been going on for scores of years. And Conticaria, we served Conticaria while it still stood. We were sent out to remove generals who were supporting Shan. We discovered that there is a conspiracy to crash the planes of reality into the material plane. And for this discovery, Conticaria was invaded and destroyed by mind flayers supported by the armies of hell itself. We have gathered allies from multiple planes of existence. We have the support of the armies of Line.
The armies of Palmadon and
The armies of Palmadon.
And the 4 Genasi peoples.
All 4 Genasi peoples are supporting us. We understand that you all are protected under these mountains. However, I do not know what effect the other planes of reality will have as they attempt to intermesh with the material plane. Maybe these mountains find themselves on the surface or exposed or in the Feywilds or drenched in the awful energies of the Shadowfell. We don't know what will happen. We're hoping that you will lend your strength, join it with ours, so that we can push back against the forces of evil itself, which is attempting to rend reality.
Make a persuasion.
We seek you, for you are among the strongest.
Make a persuasion check.
Okay.
with a 22. As you finish your diatribe here, Thelmond, hands on the armrests of his throne, stands up. Although not gaining much height, he is now standing vertical. He's like, as you are all aware, these mountains that we are protected under are the only thing keeping the Shanian forces at bay. Every day, their armies approach and attack settlements along these mountain range. So we are well aware of the impending doom, the impending war that has already taken your country and is marching on our doorsteps. Now you are telling me that it is not just the Shanian army, but also the armies of these other planes, potentially, mind flayers. We've dealt with those ourselves, being people who like to venture underground in the first place. Tell me your plan. What is the strategy you have? If it is something we can get ourselves behind, something we do not feel is foolish, we could potentially
3.5 weeks.
Lead our...
We're taking back.
Castellatri.
The name slipped me. My
Castellatri.
mind. Castellatri. We thought it might be a good time for a flank attack from your forces. At the same
Our
time.
forces are approaching from the south, from the
West.
coast.
From the coast, from the east.
East. So
Some 40 to 50,000 Genasi.
That's a good start. He kind of, a small grin kind of breaks the hair on his face. 40 to 50,000 Genasi is a good start. What's after you take Castellatri? Where does the war, or where does the battle? Do you continue across Conticaria? What is your end goal here?
our goal is to take out the dragon. For the dragon has been possessed by a mind flayer, like a hive brain something.
An elder brain.
An elder brain. We believe that once that is killed, then the mind flayers will become less organized and will be much easier to wipe out.
We're historically the hit squad. We're going to be going after the lieutenants, the commanders, and army will be hopefully gaining back land as we go. We've killed several lieutenants already. The next one is the dragon from Mesh that's been taken over by the Elder Brain. It's also based in oh my god, why can't I remember that today? The city I said a little while ago.
Castellatri.
Castellatri. And then our team will be attacking other generals after that.
And then just blitzkrieg across Conticaria, I guess, right? Take your
Well, I
land
imagine
back.
the Genasi will be holding Conticaria.
So it'll unfold how it unfolds. First step is Castellatri.
The first step is Castellatri. Where would you need our forces if we were to join you?
I just march across the border to the south.
If you have a tree, we could bring our general to speak with you.
I mean, there's a few trees down there, but my accent's all over the goddamn place. I just can't do it.
Yeah, just keep the accent right there.
I believe I can't keep it right there though. It keeps changing. I believe
He's just got to talk really emphatically the whole time.
This attack is happening in about 3.5 weeks, then I don't believe your general is going to have time to come all the way over here and meet with me. I'm sure they have their own planning and final preparations that they need to be doing.
Well, you know your land better than we do. I assume the convenient target for you might be Stronto or Gentano or Malone. Or
We need a distraction.
if you wanted to do a closer pincher move and come towards Castellatri itself from the north.
That's
You know your
the
strategy
information
better.
I was asking you for. Are you looking for allies for a pincer maneuver, or are you looking for allies for a distraction?
We need you to attack first, so they think the attack is happening from the north. So then we can attack from the east by surprise.
I can take my forces, and we can make an attack on Malone. That seems to be the closest one of your targets, closest to the border. We can hopefully... we should... Here's the thing about dwarves. We're always ready for a fight. We can be up and running and on the road in a matter of a couple days. We keep our military, especially in a time of war. I mean, we have the enemy knocking on our doorstep right now, every day. We're already ready. We can take...
But what can we do different to draw the attention of the dragon?
That's on you.
Yeah.
What I can do is send my army south, the majority of my army. I can't send the whole thing. We got to leave a reserve here to stop the attacks that come from Shan itself into our land. However, I can send word to some of the other cities in Cocalia. We can amass a force and we can attack on Malone. That'll give you a well enough distraction. Maybe lessen some of their
spread the
forces.
enemy forces.
If that's what you're thinking.
Yeah.
That sounds good. We are tacticians, not
Strategists?
yes.
Strategists.
Strategists.
Strategeries.
He kind of looks over at you, Amber. He's like, all right, the elves, the turtle man, I get. The elves and the human, I get. How did one of our kind end up in this lot?
Well, she's not the first. Are you familiar with Gorgon of the Zola clan?
Are you familiar with Gorgon of the Zola
Yeah,
clan?
you don't know who that is.
I'm the one who saw the vision.
Oh yeah, you did.
We saw the vision.
He's the only one that saw everything.
That's true. I forgot about
And it
that.
was a celebrated
That makes
hero.
A lot more sense now that I think about it.
I recently came across an artifact and got to see the end of Gorgon and his team's efforts
Fantastic.
for Conticaria. He died bravely via exposition.
I am not personally aware of Gorgon of the Zola. However, I've heard the name before. He was not from around here, but I have heard the name.
Same accent.
Same accent. What are you doing? Clearly, he was from this area.
brave warrior.
But my question is not about your Gorgon. My question is for you, lass. What brought you to join in this group?
I suppose there's the realization that this battle impacts us all, and we all have to do our part to fight.
Make me a persuasion check.
I'm doing my part.
Would you like to know more?
14.
Pretty good for me.
I can't find it. You're doing your part.
Plus, they feed me.
Nah, that's always a bonus.
They do make me go on boats, though. Not a fan.
If you all are the strike force, you're gonna need whatever help you can get.
Absolutely.
Do you have another member of the Gorgon clan that would like to join our party?
Like I said, they're not. The Gorgon clan is from far.
That's the Zola clan.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry.
The Zola clan is from far north in the mountains. They're up near Mesh.
Clan Zola.
However, shoot. Where is my? There it is. 2 seconds.
Did he just grab his who's who
Yeah.
of dwarfs?
The king's got to pull up the Rolodex.
He looks down and he sees your symbol of Moradin. You're a servant of Moradin. You're fighting on the front lines. I feel like it would be a breach of my duty as the leader of our people to not give you a little assistance. Give you something that I
We'll
have
take as much as we can get.
that might be a little help, a little bit, give you a little edge on the competition. Give me 2 seconds here, because I got to get the item correct in Foundry.
She's a big fan of footwear.
Big
Footwear.
fan.
In ranch dressing.
Footwear.
Don't throw that in the mix.
Oh God!
The finest footwear of the
The
dwarves.
finest footwear of the dwarves.
Finest ranch dressing.
Oh my God!
Also, if you have any bounties I could pick up while I'm in town, I'd
Like
love
the
to do
toilet
a little
paper?
hunting.
Yeah, toilet paper. All right, give me 2 seconds. Hold on 1
Does
second.
Bounty make toilet paper or
No,
just paper
it's
towels?
paper towels.
Okay.
And we don't use
A thing can be two things depending on.
not without a lot of
I mean,
lotion.
I thought dwarves used the 3 shells.
Portal
no.
shells?
We don't have a lot of trees here. So.
What
3
is
shells.
wrong with you?
The 3 shells.
Sorry, give me 2 seconds. My foundry's being weird.
Shells and cheese? What
sorry.
are the 3 shells?
Demolition Man was a long time ago.
Yes, it
Was
was.
it Demolition Man?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, yeah. The
Quality
3 shells
cinema.
in the bathroom. Okay, whatever.
Okay, I'm just gonna do a bunch of
that's not even a real
minor
thing.
violations and get all the paper I need.
Yep, that's right.
Oh, that's an Emery thing, isn't it?
Hmm?
Minor violations, yeah.
Yeah, minor violations.
Conjure
Alright.
minor violations.
All right.
It should be a cantrip, really.
He walks over next to the throne and picks up a hammer
Nice.
Walks over and he's like, "This is the hammer of our people. I believe if you are indeed trying to save the realm and trying to save the whole entire fucking world, what better symbol than having the hammer of the dwarves in the hands of the person on the front line?"
It would be an honor to use that
Alright.
hammer. Are there any matching boots that might go with it?
No, because those boots are not a real item. That's something Emery made at some point.
Yep.
You just happened to get lucky, and Emery had content sharing turned on his account too, so it pulled
Yeah,
all
you-
the custom
you
items
caught a
he's
peek.
made too.
A girl can try.
So yeah,
Girl
that
can dream.
Over
Is-
and over and over.
that is now in your
It has the same dream every night.
that is now in your inventory. Well,
I will use it mostly well.
3.5 weeks.
3.5 weeks.
All right, we'll start our invasion about 2 days prior. Yeah, maybe 4 days prior, just to give them time to kind of maneuver some of their forces away from Castle Autry to come deal with us. That might thin out the herd a little bit for your invasion.
I'll
Sorry,
break
you're-
down the lieutenants for him just so he knows what he might come across.
Yeah. That's not anything we're too concerned about. I've got people here who've taken out a lot harder things than those.
Sorry, your blacksmiths are renowned worldwide. I was
Aye.
curious. Do you have a good blacksmith that may have some armor I could purchase? I could use an upgrade. I've been wearing this armor for a while now.
He kind of
Quite worn.
takes a look at you and kind of looks at your armor. He's like, "I believe that armor is of our make, actually. You're already wearing some of the finest of dwarven armor."
Hmm.
Nothing that we have here would be any much better than that.
Don't
Thank
you have Mithril on? I'm asking out of character.
Mithril is elvish.
Ah,
This is
maybe-
not Lord of the Rings.
Excuse me, might be.
Yeah,
I
this is,
have a heavy armor splint. +1.
yeah. You already have +1 armor, and a legendary sword. You can't get greedy with your items.
You can.
You can certainly try.
Yeah.
Doesn't hurt to ask.
Apparently it does when you're asking for boots.
Might want to dream small.
Yeah, boots of paste.
Boot?
All right.
Boots of
Can I just
weight.
have one and get half the effect?
Is there anything else? Anything else you would like to accomplish while in this city?
Or whittling?
Absolutely. We need to try dwarven cuisine.
Wait,
Okay.
how long are we in this city?
Mostly
before we leave?
mushrooms.
I mean, that depends entirely on how quickly you want to get your shit ready and get back to Palmadon to see your loved ones before you all potentially go to die.
Gwen's ready to leave whenever everybody else is.
We could at least have a meal.
I mean, we're already here.
Gwen would have confided, by the way, in Butch about the charm that she made for Rain, but I don't think she would have told anybody else. So you're aware of what's waiting for Gwen.
All the more reason to eat.
Rain.
Yeah, you can't propose on an empty stomach.
I mean,
No, you
if
can't.
if you're looking for a tree, we have quite a few trees here that you could we would lend you for your teleportation rituals.
The tree will be fine. I don't have to consume the tree. I just pop it
That's
open,
fine,
we
I-
zip through, and then it closes.
I mean, I understand. We got plenty of druids here too.
Trees.
Let's see what they have
So,
food-wise in terms of meat.
all right, yeah, you find a lovely tavern with a lovely assortment of dwarven delicacies, including haggis. I apologize to any Scottish people who might come across this. This is worse than I lost his name, Scotty from Star Trek.
Stop tickling me, you ugly fucker.
Yeah.
You stop tickling me, you ugly fucker.
So, a lovely meal is had of the dwarven, the finest in dwarven delicacies. The king even lends you his personal chef, and you're able to eat in his royal court.
Wow.
Fancy.
Does he
Okay,
really
guys.
have frost in his beard?
His beard is very white.
Very white.
Yeah, he is a very full-on white beard, and you
Whiter
can
than
tell
mine.
even with his age, the top of his head, the long hair is still very, very red, deep red, kind of matching Ember and Gwen when it comes to color. But then his beard itself is just pure white.
How much money do we have?
Not a lot.
When it comes to
Thanks,
money,
Elric.
bitch is like one too many.
Yeah, I was just wondering if there was a nice spell store in Dwarf Land.
You might have a couple thousand gold left.
Is that in documentation?
Yeah, check documentation.
Got your document.
5,744,
Document.
I believe.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
And Elric, you would know
No, by a
well
lot of
enough
stuff.
to know that 5,000 probably is not going to get you a level 7 spell scroll.
No. No, probably not.
Depending on the economy of the city you're in, level 7 spell scrolls usually go between 10 and 20,000.
Balls.
Did you pay for those spells that you ordered, Elric?
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay, good.
I'm not super confident. Yes.
Yeah, no, you did not.
Yes.
You absolutely did
Okay.
not.
What?
I might be looking at getting someone else to foot the bill temporarily.
Bill.
He's gonna pay for them another way.
Oh, easy now.
He's got a lot of fireballs.
I would sooner upcast.
You can upcast fireballs. If we're gonna tree hop home, then we need to tell our ship what they should do. Give them instructions.
Their amulet should be fixed by now.
Yeah.
He said it'd take a week.
Oh,
Their amulet should be fixed, and you remember their whole job for this was to go get the dwarves, or the goblins.
Right.
so we may as well tree hop home.
Right.
Didn't Butch mention going and getting the giants?
I mean, that'd be really good if we could get the giants. Butch will ask the king
Creature's not the baseball team.
if they have a working relationship with the giants
Goliaths?
or the Goliaths.
Yeah. We're on pretty good terms with them. They leave us alone, we leave them alone. We're all for the betterment of Conticaria in the first place. So, if I've already been thinking we might be bringing a few of them along as well. They're definitely not nearly as organized as we are, but.
This is very much an all hands on deck situation.
Well, I will see what I can do, and I will get as many soldiers, whether it be dwarf, Goliath, human, I guess. They're worth something, right? Cannon fodder, right?
Hey, wait, easy, bud.
Oh shit, I forgot you had one.
Yeah, he's more than just cannon fodder.
Don't mind
Sorry.
me.
I
Just following
apologize.
around over here.
He's also a
Lord.
very good meat shield.
Truth, but also
And he
a
climbs
good
trees.
friend.
Can you believe it?
Does this one fall asleep all the time too?
Yes.
Yeah. Sometimes in the middle of fights.
I
A lot of times, actually.
definitely seems
helps
to
to
be
be a
par for
shield.
the course. All right. So yeah, you guys are able to finish your conversations with the dwarves. They show you there is, like I said, that on top of the castle there is a significant garden that has been grown there. You do see quite a few crops as well as a few large fruit-bearing trees as well. Most of this garden is agricultural. There are a few sections that have more like spell components, flowers and small plants that are used in ritualistic castings. But there are a handful of fruit trees that you'd be able to use to transport back if you so wish.
Any recreational herbs for our druggy friends?
Make an investigation check.
Oh, my land.
Can I help him? Since
Sure.
even though I didn't partake at the cabin, I know a
I'm
thing
going
or
to
two.
be going through the bag of holding and pulling out a selection of cheeses,
25.
which the king can offer to the giants in his
25, you
persuasion
are
of the giants.
completely confident that there are no recreational trucks here.
They
Remember, we
like to
gotta
stick
teach
with
you.
the hops.
Teach you guys how to live a little.
So I am presenting cheeses to the king to offer to the dwarves. I mean, the giants.
Cheeses?
Yeah.
Dwarfs, giants, same thing.
Is that
When
how
it
you
comes to
get
cheese?
giants on your side? It's cheese?
Do some people not like cheese?
I'm just wondering. I don't know anything about giants.
I don't either, but cheese is cheese.
Do they like smoked sausages?
What if they're all lactose intolerant, Butch?
Do we have smoked sausages?
Well, if you're going to give them cheese, you might as well put it together.
Well, bring out your smoked sausage. Let's do it.
Whip out that
Okay.
sausage.
Yoink.
The buttered sausages.
All right, we
Please
got
keep
smoked
your buttered
sausages
sausage to yourself.
and cheeses.
So you're bringing them a charcuterie plate?
On behalf of General Charcuterie, yes.
It's more like a welcome wagon basket.
I didn't get one. Where's my welcome wagon basket?
We saved your ass.
Your
Yeah.
welcome
Your
wagon
welcome
basket
wagon.
is the friends you made along the way, Ember.
Is it?
Your welcome wagon basket is you're not a slave in the Feywild.
I mean,
Don't mind me. Still foddering back here.
who are you?
Fodder, fodder, fodder. Do,
Fodder, fodder, fodder.
do. Don't worry, I'm right there with you. As a
Right.
turtle, we know all about cannon fodder.
Where is it?
That's what Tabaxi here for, right?
You look kind of
Seems
like
a little
Mad
weird
Madam
to go.
Mim
Madam Mim.
from the Sword in the
Yeah.
Stone.
So, what else are you doing?
Are we hanging out in this town, or are we just booking it out of here? What are we doing?
We need to go back to Palmadon.
Yeah, we're gonna go back. We got business.
We have to go back.
We have to go back.
To the boat.
Yeah.
Some of us are looking for business time.
Tell the captain we're gonna take a tree. He can start ferrying goblins.
The captain, we're seeing a dwarf about a tree.
I'm sure I can do that in 25 words.
Yeah, easy enough.
Nailed it.
You respond back. All right, we're gonna go
Nailed it.
get ready to start transporting these goblins over in about 3 weeks.
Transporting goblins through the sky.
All right, so you make your way back to the, or you make your way to a tree, cast your spell, and wander back into the early mornings in Palmadon. So, what are you all doing now that you emerge into Palmadon?
I think we should
I
probably
wish-
restock on some potions.
I wish
If we have the money for it.
Yeah, we should.
I'm
still
going to
had a
go seek out the
shitload of
Jarl.
potions.
Yeah, I still have a bunch. I've got like a superior, greater, and 2 regulars.
I don't even know what I have.
If I have that, I never added it, so I don't know what I have. I had my lightning resistance or whatever, and I used it.
I've got like 7 Phoenix potions.
Do you
Oh, yeah,
know?
I remember that
Fuck up.
episode.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
I don't
I'm
remember. I
noticing-
feel like I remember that.
I'm noticing the moment we get in the city, Gwen starts looking shifty.
Oh, no, I have 1 greater.
Are you
one.
are you trying to see if I'm looking shifty? Because I will roll deception.
Let's do it.
Can I help Gwen
Sure.
with the aid action to help her look?
Yeah. Deception
Not
with
50.
advantage versus. Oh, that's terrible. Roll
sorry.
insight. Roll insight, Ember.
I may not have helped.
And
You
it
help me
wasn't a
too?
natural 1.
Don't help
have a-
her.
I'm
I have
helping
a
my
plus 10.
my bestie.
Oh yeah,
Plus 10.
she's definitely looking shifty.
Yeah, it's not shifty like I'm gonna steal something, but shifty like I've got a lot of nervous energy.
Yeah, like
Going
sweaty
on.
palms, something's going on, but she's clearly not telling us. So now I know we're not
Mom
BFFs
spaghetti.
or anything.
Well, I can
Hey,
tell Butch is also trying to cover for her.
She's got some
This
mom
is a-
spaghetti going on.
this is a super big deal to Gwen.
So,
Do you have pants on? Go put pants on real quick.
No, I don't want to put pants on.
Arnon, you have to wear pants in the city.
Butch isn't wearing any pants.
all
Who
right.
isn't?
Butch,
So, what's
I
going
thought this
on?
was Palmadon.
What are you all doing in the streets of Palmadon?
Apparently not
walking around
wearing
no
any
pants on.
Seeking out the Jarl.
Do I
Ground dance.
do I get the impression that Ember's feelings were hurt whenever, like in any way?
My feelings aren't hurt.
They are?
No, they're not hurt. I'm just
Okay.
concerned, I guess, for you because you don't normally look out of pocket.
Not in this way.
like this. Yeah.
This is
Oh,
a new
Butch-
out of pocket.
Butch will step in. Ember, Gwen is going to do something very emotionally courageous for someone that she loves very dearly. She's nervous. You should wish her luck.
Luck?
I'll take luck. I'll take luck. I always will take luck. I mean, I've I've got 9 lives or something. What is-
Can we cast guidance on whatever you're doing? You need my spirit guardians? Can we wind wall somebody?
No. It's okay. I think it'll be fine. I think it'll be fine.
Wind
It's gonna
wall
be
would
fine.
be funny.
Please don't wind wall. I'm sorry I turned Roxy invisible. Please don't wind wall.
At some point, Butch will hit up Roxy for some light drinking.
Easy enough. All right. Elric, you make your way back to the castle. You find the Jarl as well as a few of his advisors, the general, Casil, and the heads of each of the Genazi families, all in the throne room. They have tables set out with maps of the general has put out maps of Castellatri as well as Conticaria itself, and they're clearly going over battle strategies, and you see like hushed tones, and kind of as you're walking up you hear like energetic conversations going back and forth, not really argumentative, just very passionate, and about you hear talking about landing spots and the best places to make shorefall, and we should send this group here, we should attack from this side, and just all this strategy going back and forth and discussions as you approach.
Jarl.
And as you walk up, yes, Elric, what can I do for you?
Might I have a word with you?
Of course. Kind of steps off to the side with you. Yes, what is it?
Okay. For the mission that we're all carrying out, we have managed to seek out and secure... What's the word I'm looking for? We secured an alliance for the battle ahead with the dwarven people of Cocalia.
Fantastic. The more troops, the better.
Yes, of course. In preparing for this battle, it appears that I am woefully ill-equipped in terms of magic.
Woefully ill-equipped, you said.
Yes.
What exactly are you looking for?
Well, I'm in need of higher powered spells. Of the 7th level. The only problem is those things are very expensive.
Lost Chris.
Yeah, we lost Chris. Sorry. Hey, and luckily the screen, I took over Chris's spot, so now you get to see my face twice, but everybody else is still in the right spot.
Level up.
Yay.
Nice.
So you're looking for 7... I'm sorry, I must apologize. Magic is not my purview. So...
Right. What I need is funds.
Funds.
Yes. What I came to ask was whether or not either you or any of the forces here could spare funding for increasing my power for the battle ahead.
I will tell you what, I will do you one better. It is not necessarily a issue of spells. Or I'm sorry, I'm trying to talk while typing and this is not working. It is not necessarily an issue of money and funding. If you so need it, and he kind of calls over to shoot, what was his name? Too many people.
George.
So many names.
So many
Frank.
names. So many people.
Sam.
Stop it.
Steven.
Stop it. Like for
Bob.
real.
George.
Oh my god, I hate all of you. You're all gonna die because of this.
Sandoval.
Branton.
Let him cook for the
Courtney.
love of God. Let
I
him.
don't even have
Branton.
him in here. He disappeared. Too many things.
I followed him here.
You followed who here?
Elric.
Okay.
Who's all in this room?
Hey!
No,
Really,
Think-
Gwen?
Yay!
I don't think Gwen. I think Gwen is. I don't know. She's got one objective in mind. She's not a strategist,
Alright,
so
so...
I don't think she would have gone.
Ulfar, that was his name. Magic is not my purview, so please, and he reaches over to Ulfar, who is the druid. He's like, Ulfar, I know it's not your realm of magic, but I do believe that you would know more. You would have more information as to where this gentleman can get what he requires. To which Ulfar kind of looks over and is like, yes, we have a few left in the treasury. Most have been divvied out for the upcoming battle, but we might have, I think last time I checked we had, two, ow, I think we still had two, scrolls in the treasury that were around 7th level. If you would follow me, I can lead you down to, and we'll see what we have down there.
Right.
All right, so you walk with him down. I would like you roll me a d10 real quick.
D10.
He kind of starts digging through these parchments and scrolls and stuff, and he's like, now, don't get your hopes up. I don't know exactly what all is down here. Like I said, this isn't really my area of expertise. However, we'll see what we have. All right, 7. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, here is the first scroll. Here's the first one. He hands you one, hands you a scroll. You kind of unwrap the top of it. Mordenkainen's magnificent mansion. All right, and roll me a d10 again.
Another D10.
Yep. Number 10.
10.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, and he kind of digs through a little bit more, and he grabs. Okay, here's another one, and he hands it to you. You unroll it. Power word pain.
That's Nick's favorite spell.
Yeah, it is.
Power word pain.
Yeah.
Okay,
Cast it on us every week.
that's true. All
I
right,
use safety word banana hammock.
Go ahead and roll me a d20.
D20.
Ooh, 6. He takes a couple minutes looking through the rest, and he's like, unfortunately, I think that's all that we have currently are those two. I know it's not exactly the most helpful for you, but hopefully it'll at least get you started.
I appreciate the generosity.
Just kind of nods. He's like, no. We can resume. We can head back up with the rest, and kind of leads you back up towards that throne room that's been turned into a makeshift war room. So, as Elric returns up with, you said, Arnon, you went with him, correct?
Yeah.
All right. Did anyone else go with Elric?
I went with him.
Okay, so Elric, Orpheus, and
Is Amisra in here?
Misra is in
I
here,
think-
yes.
Shit.
I think what I've done is I've put my baby raccoon on the ground and animal spoken to it to tell it to tail when, just to keep a lookout.
Okay,
And then I went with the guys.
fair enough. Easy enough. All right, yes. So yeah, Ember is in there with you as well. And yes, Amisra is in the room with the general and the rest of the Genazi, like the higher ups of the Genazis, as well as Casil is there. But as Elric returns into throne room, we're going to go ahead and take our break, and we will be right back in like 10 minutes. Check out! I'm so excited. Y'all get to check out our new Be Right Back slideshow of our art that has been used for our recaps now. So let us know what you think, and we will be back in like 10 minutes. And we are back. Sorry for that delay. I had to fix cameras. Unfortunately, Perry had to leave us for the night. He's got an early thing in the morning. So we will see him in 2 weeks, and we will pick up right where we were. So Elric has returned up to the throne room with Arnon, Orpheus, and Ember, as well as Calliope, Casil, Amisra, the Jarl, Vigos, Ragnar, and the heads of all of the other Genazi orders. What are you all doing?
Well, Misra's here, so my plans are ruined.
Oh, God. What were your plans?
Wouldn't you like to know?
Was
Mixer
it
here,
to,
so I think the next couple of weeks is determined for me.
Well,
Go
at
hunt
this,
some bounties.
yeah. At this point,
I-
it would be about a week until they have to set sail.
Make Arden's gang awesome. 2024.
Where is Rain going to be for the battle? Like, will they have to set sail in a week?
On their ship.
Which will not
All hands on
be
deck.
with us?
Well, no, because you all are sneaking through. I thought it was the plan was you all were going to sneak through the tunnels into the back end of like break into Castellatri using those tunnels that you snuck through in like episode 1. While the army created a diversion and kind of pulled the forces away so you could sneak through to kill the dragon.
Kill the beast.
That was the plan, right? I didn't just make that up.
Figure out when
Yeah.
Rain is leaving Pomadon.
She would be, or they would be leaving the same time as everybody else, which would be just about a week, if not a little less than a week.
Okay.
We could Hal drop into that cove.
Roll a history check.
Who?
You, Arnon.
That's a 28.
You remember that cove, you're thinking about that cove, and you remember there was a tree in that general area.
There's a tree in that cove.
I mean, it's good that you remember where it is.
Well, Gwen can remember it. She can scry on the cove. I'm sure she remembers the cove. We are disembarking our first sailing adventure.
We ought to be scrying up until we leave.
And in terms of your guys' personal timeline, I'm pretty sure the cove was, for your sake, like 3 months ago. Possibly 4, possibly 6 months, but it's been less than a year, so you would remember the cove.
Oh my God, it's so hot.
We ought to make sure that Gwen remembers it.
Hey, Gwen, remember it.
Gwen's not there.
By that I mean we need to go find Gwen and tell her about the tree.
It's a nice improvement on your face.
I agree.
God? Is that you?
Me, Margaret.
Me, Margaret. Fuck.
Sweet mercy.
I am going to try something, though. Hold on.
Sweet.
I want to see if it is the mic or something else. So I'm just going to change it in Foundry, or not in Foundry. I'm just going to change it in Discord so it doesn't rip the heads off of people in. Here, hold on one second.
Quick mic check.
Quick mic check. Let's see what we have here. Bop-a-da-bop-bop. Hello.
Ah!
Nope, not so much.
Yep, nope,
It's
Roboto
so
came back.
fucking bad. Holy shit.
All right,
fax
going back.
machine.
So it's definitely not the microphone, which is good.
Please stop using dial-it.
Again,
Yeah.
it sounded like the Sega Genesis played.
How dare you? Genesis does what Nintendo don't, all right?
Do you know what it would sound like?
Last
The
process.
feeling
Well, at
of
least
hearing someone file their teeth.
Yeah.
That's what it
Oh,
sounds
I
like.
heard it. I heard it. So I know what you're talking about. Well, that's
Sounds
good.
like
That
a
means
Dalek was tweaking your nipples.
it's not my. That means it's not my microphone. It's got to be either in a cable
do
or
have suction.
in that my interface for this mic. So that's fixable. All right. Anyway, what are you doing? What are you all doing?
At some point, I'm gonna visit a temple to the Raven Queen
Easy enough.
to just meditate. See if I
have
get
to
any.
attempt to put these spells in my book.
All right. Is there any other conversations that are to be had this evening?
This
I'm gonna
evening,
sneak down to the pub, get into a fight so I can try out my Warhammer.
I want to try something before we leave for this battle.
Okay.
I want to try to meditate with my medallion again. And can you refresh my memory? Is that dragon called Darkwater?
No, the
The corrupted one?
The corrupted one, yes,
Darkwater.
is Darkwater.
Okay. I want to try to ask Bahamut for advice on how best to take down Darkwater. Or attempt to, if I can commune with him at all.
Roll a religion check for me.
Put your Darkwater hat on.
That one.
Unfortunately,
wow.
you're a little distracted, and this whole prayer thing is still very, very new to you. So you try without any success here.
Stupid dragon thing.
It sounds so petty when you say it like that.
You're not supposed to stand on your head when you pray.
So, if there's nothing else that needs to be said at this point, we are going to fast forward slightly. The week continues. As preparations are made, you start seeing more and more supplies being loaded onto these ships. You start seeing air conditioners just blowing full blast. You start seeing the Air Genasi airships being loaded with supplies and weaponry and siege instruments, ballista, pieces and parts to assemble trebuchets once they get there. Assignments are being divvied out to soldiers as to ships. Final preparations are being made. One of these days, you all are summoned to a council in the throne room to finalize invasion plans. As you walk in and see the same people who are typically in there, the Calliope, Casil, Amisra, Ragnar, Leaf, as well as Meirun, Sisa, I can't remember their names, Eveline Venduz, and the other Genazis, all sitting around a central table with maps of Castellatri as well as Conticaria, and this little figurines of ships placed for battles, little figures denoting battalions of soldiers. Heated arguments start happening between the Genazis and You hear Calliope at one point, listen, I understand that you all know your armies, but you do not know my lands. So while, yes, your strategy might work well in places you're familiar with, I am the expert. We are the experts of where we are invading, so I really think that you need to listen to what we have to say. She continues pointing out terrain features. Like you cannot land here. This is a sheer cliff face. It is best to approach from the south. You hear back and forth. Well, this would give us a tactical advantage. We can send the airships to land on the cliff face, above the cliff, while your ships bring in the forces from the south. And you just see this frustration starting to grow on Calliope's face as this conversation is happening, as you all walk in.
How goes the planning?
It would be going a lot better if these individuals would take some of my experience and some of my knowledge into the plannings of their strategies, but it seems like they are more invested in what they think they can do as opposed to the topographical environment that they are about to engage on.
Is she talking around him, like right in front of him?
More or less, yeah, pretty much.
Okay.
Well, Jarl, leaders of the Genasi, I'd be curious to hear what it is that you're planning in disregard of the topography.
To which the military leaders of each of the Genasi people kind of step up and start talking over each other. You hear Ragnar speaking, as well as hold on, I gotta remember all of the individuals. They all just start speaking in unison. Ragnar, Baramash from the Fire Genasi. You hear Lucian from the Air Genasi, the Rifleman General, as well as who was it? It was Atok from the Earth Genasi. All start just one another, just trying to speak over and make themselves the loudest voice in the room as they all start pointing to this map of Conticaria.
Everyone, let's perhaps you're missing key information that the general here is trying to give you. Perhaps I can assist.
Make a persuasion check.
Persuasion. Let's see, persuasion check.
I thought that was a 3 for a second. It's a 10. They start slightly. It's like you hear Baramash, the Fire Genasi general, kind of step up, or kind of make their voice slightly louder than everyone else. I understand that you are all eager for this fight, and this is generally why we do not work together, because we are all like to be in charge. But perhaps this pale man is right. We do not know this area. They do. This is their home turf.
Let me enlighten you all. I'm going to, with the glow happening from my bracers, cast Major Image over the map to give them basically a 3D render of the land.
Topographical view of the biotope?
Yep.
That was a really old reference that I don't think anyone is going to get.
Bonus points in chat if you can get to the bottom of that one.
I wasn't paying attention.
Topographical view of the biotope. Do you get it, Scott? Do you remember? No?
Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. All right. So you create this major image, this 3D rendering of the land around Castellatri.
This is what we're dealing with. General, perhaps with this you can better illuminate how best they should break ground.
She kind of nods towards you and walks up and starts pointing at where to the north of Castellatri. There's a kind of a hump out. Like I was telling you in the past, this is a sheer cliff face. There is no sea access to this area. It would be impossible to approach from this side. Kind of moves down the coastline to where where Castellatri actually is, and slightly south, where you all remember the dock, and then the dock opened up into these kind of rolling hills. And if you, for those who don't quite remember, you can, taking a look at this map kind of jogs your memory to the point where you remember Castellatri itself sitting at sea level, almost in a basin, with these kind of, as soon as you left the city, the town, the hills started rising all around you. To the north, sharply forming these sea cliffs. To the south, more rolling hills, but still decent sandy terrain throughout. She's like, if you are wanting to do a two-prong approach, then yes, the airships could potentially fly above these cliffs and get a little bit of altitude, but we will be splitting our forces. I know you do not have enough sky ships to do a 50-50 split of our forces and attack at full strength from both sides. However, we also need to make sure we are opening up enough of a distraction for them to make their way behind enemy lines without being captured or caught or seen. So, from the assault team itself, what suggestions do you have to most maximize this distraction?
To maximize the distraction. Well, for that we're going to need something big.
I mean, we have an army of 50,000 individuals. What bigger do you... Oh, multiple ships and sky ships. I mean, what bigger thing do you need?
55,000.
Didn't your pirate friend say something about some big fucking worms they're bringing through a gate with a bunch of fucking goblins too?
Those might be big enough.
That's just party tricks.
I don't suppose all of you are familiar with purple worms.
Yes, we are.
The goblins command those.
Oh. Well, those are pretty fucking big. Where do you think these goblins should exit? Are we bringing them with us? Are they coming through on their own? What's happening with these goblins?
Procuring the goblins is what Captain Sid is handling at the moment.
And I'm going to assume that you came up with a plan as to where he will summon these goblins?
It's pure chaos, man. That's what you
The
get from goblins.
The goblins and their worms should be used to clear the way for the armies to touch ground. Goblins and their worms go first. The armies and us second. The armies take down the majority of the forces, while we concentrate on eliminating the elder brain and the dragon it's ensnared.
Hear mumbles from the individuals around the table. You hear Commander Lucian kind of speak. I was like, well, I mean, I guess that would probably be a good way to start. Let's send these little fuckers that don't even belong here in first. Let them take the brunt of the assault and open up a place for us to land. My forces can provide some cover fire from up above, while these little green bastards open up a spot on them beaches. You're muted, Sam.
Oh, I know. That was Sam saying "windy fucking douchebag," not Gwen.
We got any other forces that you said you made an alliance with these dwarves? You got these goblins coming in. You got all of us here. There's 55,000 Janazi strong. You got your small little resistance of a few hundred soldiers left. Is that all we using? Is that all we got, or are there more that we can count on?
We could always check in on our friends in Barovia and see if any of the bleeding heart are left.
Man, them Barovians don't know shit. They've been rebuilding for the past 3 years.
Yeah, they're pretty adept at fighting creatures of the night, though.
Yeah, I don't know what they gonna do against a fucking mind flayer. They might be able to take out a fucking werewolf or something, but I don't think these little farmers and civilians or the like are really gonna be that good at something that stun your ass and eat your brain.
Do we even have a contact in Barovia?
I
Last
would
we
hope
saw
they
them
hadn't
was
lost
before the
contact
time
since we
jump.
left to the Feywild.
The general says, yes, we checked in on Barovia when you first came back, but unfortunately, shortly after that, the invasion from Shan started, and it was not exactly the top of our priority. We did find out where they landed, though. There is a valley in the southern portion of Long, where Barovia took place, or where Barovia took residence. It's about maybe 75 miles north of a town called Linsha. It's a small little town, but all in all, probably about 250 miles away from Shu, the capital.
While we do know where they are, what we don't know, or last we saw them could probably guess, is that they don't really have much to add to the war effort. Unless things have changed since we've gone. And we still know, or we know that Strahd is still out there. I would assume any move we make would have to go through him.
What'd you say, Scott?
We told him about the dwarves already.
Yeah.
With us breaking ground and the dwarves coming from the north, it should be at least a good start in reclaiming that peninsula.
It will be all hands on deck for this invasion.
Well, the dwarves are giving us a 2-day head start.
That's good. That will help hopefully thin out the...
Maybe we could take advantage of that 2 days and do a feint of our own.
What did you have in mind?
Maybe approaching like we're going to land to Cambodia, and then switching direction to Castellatri with the last 2 days. That would keep the dwarves from having to deal with the bulk of the army alone.
That's
Keep them guessing on our side.
a good idea. That's a good plan. We could she kind of looks across to the council there and is like, do any of you have any ways of disguising or veiling your ships? At least a few. And a couple of the Genazi kind of pipe up. I mean, we have mages and sorcerers who have cloaking style spells that we would be able to use. Well, what if we potentially set the trap, sent a few of these ships out first, on a heading towards Cambodia. We drew their attention, let them see us cloak these ships. Send 1 or 2, let them watch us cloak it. Maybe potentially distract them into thinking we had more than 1 or 2 that way, while we send the bulk of the army in towards Castellatri. Is that more or less what you were thinking there, Arlen?
Yeah, since the dwarves are giving us a 2-day head start, I didn't want all of the enemy forces focused on them. And, instead of surprising day 2 or day 3, the feint towards the southern coast, and then not actually landing in, but yeah, whatever we can accomplish with cloaks and stuff.
The only problem that I can see with that plan is, I mean, if they see our ships coming towards Cambodia, they will also see our ships veering off and moving towards Castellatri. So, if we are able to utilize some sort of cloaking mechanism or some sort of counter surveillance to keep them from seeing that movement from one trajectory to the next, then that would be the best strategical value for us.
I was also thinking we all know there are ways to move mass troops instant.
That is true.
Keep, instead of using the 2-day head start the dwarves have, way of concealing our attack through surprise, confusing them further, and keeping their forces occupied elsewhere.
You hear Meirun, or not Meirun, but Baramash, kind of stroking his chin, kind of pacing back and forth. If there was a way for us to get another small strike team in, perhaps a secondary location on the other side of town. If there was a hidden chamber of some sort that we could transport a large force in to help from behind the lines as well.
Like the caves we're going through?
No, I'm thinking the opposite. Bring in another trajectory. Keep them focused. Keep splitting their focus as much as possible. If there was
You could have Gwen be an eagle and pull a boat full of explosives over there.
I don't see how that would
I
be helpful.
kick Ember in the shin.
However, if
I
there
put the maps we're referencing in the player stream chat.
If there was a specific place, perhaps an abandoned building of some sort, or something on the outskirts of the city that we could potentially transport a large number of forces over the course of a few days, maybe we could amass an army that would help push from the opposite side and open up that beach for more landing.
Wait, I'm sorry. Did you mention another strike team?
Not necessarily another strike team, so much as I'm just thinking out loud here. I'm saying it would be nice if there was some sort of large abandoned structure somewhere on the outskirts of the town that we could potentially, over the course of a few days, transport a few hundred soldiers in to take up a position behind enemy lines to help these goblins and the initial strike force to help clear out the beaches that we could then land on.
Is there anything that we remember from
Make a
Our time
history
there.
check.
I was trying to remember when we went out for stuff.
Been a long time since we've been to Castellatri.
It's been a long day.
22.
You would remember your second mission to a certain cultist
Yeah.
We're the
trying to
cultists
summon.
of Dis, or Dispater.
Yeah, trying to summon a specific pit
Oh, well, we
fiend.
cut the pit fiend in. Yeah.
Where you killed Mosaxis the first time.
I know just the spot.
It could work.
If this
Not
was
sure how many they could hold, but
You remember this place was pretty large. There was a full-on underground temple to Despair
oh yeah.
with multiple barracks and storerooms and everything. And
Been a long time since we've seen that map.
for those who were not with us at the beginning of the stream, this was like probably episode like 5, maybe.
No, 5 was Gwen's
Oh,
death.
5 was Gwen's death. Okay, so it was like,
It was like 3.
yeah, it was like episode 3, maybe. So
Yeah.
you all, this massive underground cult, like dungeon, basically. And as you explain this to them, he's like, and Calliope's like, oh, I remember that place. I had completely forgot about it until you mentioned it. She's like, yes, I believe we boarded that place up. There's no marks on any maps. There's no mention of it in anything but a few of the official documents, which, I mean, I guess if they were really interested in our official, debriefings and stuff and went through that, they might have come across it, but I highly doubt that it would have been of any importance for them to station more than a handful of people there, if even that.
It might be worth it to attempt to scry on that location just to be sure.
This is a good idea. Then we could potentially, using some of our more powerful mages and their abilities to transport, we could potentially transport a large number of soldiers into that bunker to hold tight until the day of the invasion and attack from behind enemy lines, as it were. That way we have the goblins attacking from wherever the fuck this I forget who was it the blue scaled guy, the first mate was the one that was going to cast the gate.
A shiver crawls up my spine just remembering who that is.
So you have the blue halfling is going to cast the gate. Wherever he decides to cast the gate, we'll have the goblin army with these big fucking worms that you're talking about attacking from one side. We'll have this hidden army attacking from the south. Then we'll have the air genazis, airships, providing cover from above as the rest of the fleet makes landfall from the east. This should provide, this plus the dwarven invasion that you mentioned around Post Malone up there. Sorry.
The town of Post Malone.
The town of Malone.
Face tattoos are popular.
Yes, they have the best tattoo artists in Post Malone. The town of Malone, this should thin out their forces quite a bit. And you see this grin come across Calliope's face. And she's like, we might actually have a chance. This might actually work.
We could do with some hope.
Alright, so we need to come up with command groups. She kind of looks over. She's like, clearly you all will control your groups. Me, Casil, Amisra, you will come with me. We will lead from the Narissa with Rain, as well as her crew and the few elite water genasi, including Ragnar. I would like for you and Vigos to accompany us as well. They all just kind of nod.
Sounds like we actually have a plan.
There's the first time for anything.
Indeed. Well, if that concludes the strategy, or strategizing, I should say.
Strategery.
Strategery, if you will. I would like to invite you all the day before we all embark. Spell has been granted to me that, well, I suppose it's only maybe once in a lifetime a wizard gets to cast something like this and use it well. DM, can we say that during the week before this that I managed to put the Mordenkainen's magnificent mansion
As
and
long
power
as you
paint in my
give
book?
me an Arcana check over a 17 right now, yes,
Guidance.
you can.
Guidance and skill
Guidance?
empowerment.
Fantastic. We'll say yes, guidance and skill empowerment. Go ahead and make that Arcana check.
Okay. Just a moment here. Let's-
How far out
so
are
that
we
first
from?
one's a 34.
Yeah, 34 you
Nice.
definitely are able to transcribe Mordenkainen's magnificent mansion into your spellbook.
And now for power word pain.
How far out from people leaving for, like, to get to where they're going are we?
You had about a week until, if I remember right, at this meeting, you're just under a week until they set sail.
Sail!
Yeah, 28, yeah, you're good. You were able to transcribe both of those without a problem.
Okay.
Woohoo! Party at Elric's.
Let's say we enjoy that last night together before embarking for war.
This sounds fantastic, Elric. I appreciate your hospitality.
Permanent hotel party.
Of course.
Hopefully your mansion serves more than chicken. I've heard that this is a kind of a caveat to this spell sometimes.
Oh my god.
There's a 9-course banquet that you can all expect.
Chicken,
able to
chicken
serve-
soup, chicken bread,
Chicken salad.
pot pie.
For the love of all of the gods, there's going to be more than just chicken.
Chicken Sunday.
That sounds
Oh,
that sounds
terrible.
rather dull and dreadful. There's going to be chicken, there's going to be steak, there's going to be shrimp, there's going to be lobster, there's going to be
Chicken?
fine cuisine.
Fantastic. This sounds lovely and exactly what we needed before.
Think you can make a century egg?
Show me what it is and I'll have it ready.
All right.
All right.
Yes. For allying with us, this is the least I can do.
Sounds perfect. You hear like nods of or you hear like mumbles of approval coming from all the Genazis who are standing around.
Block party.
This weirdly feels like re-gifting as it came from their own stores. Congratulations, you've had this in your vault this entire time.
So, is there anything else you would all like to accomplish?
How long before that last day?
We'll say at this point you have about 4 days.
4 days. I'm going to be desperately and ravenously spell hunting.
I did not know where that was going, and that is not where I thought it was going.
Not the landing you expected.
Misra was busy.
Yeah, Amisra's
He's
busy.
over there hydrating.
God damn it. Yeah, you take... Through the course of the next 4 days, unfortunately, it seems like most of the spells and most of the magic shops have been plucked clean. It doesn't seem like they're really too concerned about restocking right now so much as just getting everyone completely ready and kitted out as much as possible for this upcoming invasion.
Elric puts on a show of looking like he's fine and well put together, but internally he's like, my entire prime material plane for more magic, for the love of the gods. But yeah, that's what he does for the next 4 days.
Fantastic. Anything else?
I'll spend time at the Temple of the Raven Queen.
Easy enough to do.
One time
Before-
when Elric and Amisra are together, like standing together over the balcony or something. I'll come up on Elric's other side and cast Disguise Self on myself as Amisra.
Okay.
So he's surrounded by Amisras.
You know I have true seeing, right?
You do that, and he's like, and
I was just trying to get that disguise that you gave me
Amisra's like, this is
in Long Bien right.
This is slightly
It's
awkward.
this, right?
It definitely was not.
I'm
At
pretty
any
sure this
point.
is exactly what you made me look like.
Arnon, I see
Gwen?
what you're trying to do, and it's not going to work.
Isn't this what he made me look like? Yeah, see?
It's
I think he
it's
gave you
a
bigger
hormonal
boobs.
thing.
Bigger boobs?
I think so.
And an entirely, completely different face to go along with it.
This,
Oh, I think I got the face down.
Yeah.
Swear to-
I'm not
eyes, you know?
entirely sure what's going on here, but this is a little uncomfortable.
They're playing a prank.
I assumed as much.
These are
The
children
Elric gave us all
playing a prank.
disguises with seeming in Long Bien. I was just trying to get the one he put on me right.
Elric,
Picked this spell up lately.
Arnon, if
Make
you
a
could, like,
deception check.
Arnon, if you could never ever put my face on again, that would be.
Wait, you think I look like you?
See? The proof is in the pudding.
I would.
I'm
I
gonna
would.
slap Arnon.
I would really appreciate it if you never put my face on again.
She's not complaining about the
Okay.
boobs, though.
I mean,
He must have just missed you.
what can I say?
I can do this whenever you want now, Elric.
Oh my god.
That whatever you guys do in the loneliness of your camps at night, I just keep that to yourself, please. I don't want to know.
Maester, I think he's projecting.
Brokeback Amisra is not a thing that I really
This,
want to
this
deal with.
is we're not even a little.
Can't
Doesn't
quite
even
be
own a cowboy hat.
So, throughout those few days, at one of the evenings, Amisra kind of comes up to you, Elric, and is like,
Amisra, or Arnon Amisra?
Armistra?
Arnisra.
We are not. We're definitely not doing this.
Amisrin.
Amisrin?
Whatever moment you're trying to fabricate here.
So, Amisra, maybe over dinner or something, one night, kind of sits there and speaks to you and is like, so, we're about to go into the biggest fight of our lives. This should be a lot.
Suppose it's putting it lightly.
Yeah, when Calliope came to me and asked me to be part of this, at first I said no. I was kind of terrified of being in a battle this large. I'm a fucking librarian. I've never done anything like this before, but she made a good point. This is our home. Castellatri is where I grew up and where I worked prior to this invasion and prior to this war. I had never left Castellatri, so I would be remiss if I wasn't there when we take it back.
I would completely understand waiting until the coast is clear, for lack of a better phrase.
I don't think I would ever forgive myself if I wasn't part of this.
I understand.
You have done everything in your power for the protection of our country and the protection of our people, as well as the protection of the realm. And it took 3 years of your life away from you. I would not be able to live with myself if I just sat around and didn't do everything that I can do to help. Plus, I'm really fucking good with a lightning bolt.
That I remember well.
So I guess what I'm trying to say is, I know we have a few days left, but be safe and good luck. And I will see you when we're standing on the field of victory in our home. And
Yes, you will.
maybe once it is our home again, then we can find our own home there. I don't know. I'm awkward. I'm sorry. You know, I thought that would
let's-
sound better than it did.
I get what you're trying to say. And yes, either a real substantial home or maybe a magnificent mansion that just came into my possession.
That sounds lovely, actually. Not only a mansion, but a mansion that nobody else can fuck with.
Quite literally.
Well, I guess there's a lot of prep left to do, so we should probably get back and finish with all the planning that needs to be done.
Right. If you can, try to make sure everyone's head's in the game.
Yeah.
Seems there's a lot of ego going around.
Yeah, and you too, while you might be dealing with a lot less people, I feel like there's a lot more ego at stake in your group, and just try and keep them all attentive, focused, I guess would be the best way.
I know how to direct a
Fireball.
Wow, we all just... My team is kind of just an explosion. It just gets very conveniently placed where we're supposed to be.
Hopefully that explosion gets placed exactly where it needs to be this time. Because if that dragon survives, I worry that we won't really stand a chance.
That dragon's days are numbered.
Well then, I guess we'll meet back up on the field of victory. Back home.
Is she not coming to the dinner?
Don't ruin the scene!
It's rude. He invited her.
I mean, yes, she's coming to the dinner, but there's going to be a lot of people at the dinner. So she's trying to have a heart-to-heart conversation while they're alone, before they're around a bunch of people, and it's embarrassing.
Private moment. She's a little awkward. We're going to reclaim our home.
Yes,
We will.
Good. All right, we should get back to it. There's a lot of work that needs to be done.
Of course. And head back to it.
Fantastic.
Is this our last call before people start departing?
We could have one at the beginning of next week.
What'd you say?
We could have one beginning of next week.
Yeah, we can have one at the beginning of next week if you'd like.
So you could do what you want to do before we leave.
Yeah, it'll be last minute thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine.
Rain, I need 5 minutes.
That's fine. We can
Super procrastinating is
kind of
think
par for the course.
on point.
Yeah, we can. I'm sure that can take place at the mansion party if you would like.
Ooh, yeah.
Mansion party. That's right.
So
You could put your little carving in a glass of champagne.
there
I actually have a whole
is-
thing planned out.
Oh no.
Oh God. So we'll
I hope
say
it doesn't involve anybody's dead dog.
there's about 3 days left until. There's about 3 days left until the invitation to Elric's magnificent mansion, and then the departure of the fleet. Is there anything else you would all like to do in those last 3 days?
Rocky training montage.
Fantastic.
With the back around.
Nothing going on at the Temple of the Raven Queen, I take it.
Not really. I mean, you spend some time, you pray, you
Any
feel...
creepers?
Creepers?
Just you.
No.
The priests.
Oh, I mean, yes, they are there in and out, but nothing too abnormal for the sake of this incredibly abnormal place that you pray at. You feel the presence of your patron as well as the Raven Queen herself, but nothing more than just a comfortable feeling that they are with you.
In my
What's that mean?
tattoo.
I'm gonna say at the end of each day, I'm gonna try again to reach out to Bahamut.
All right, I'm going to have you roll me one more religion check then.
Let's see if those natural ones strikes again. That's a little better. 14?
14. It takes you a few days. It takes you a few days. Give me a second. Before you are... It takes you a few days of attempting to pray and going through the motions before you feel a slight connection. It's not strong. It's not as vivid as last time. You don't have the full imagery and visuals that you had previously. But one evening, as you commune, you do feel the presence. What are you asking? What are you saying?
Bahamut, we're about to approach this battle for Casalatri against the black dragon known as Darkwater. I ask, can you provide any insight or guidance into how best to take on this dragon?
Give him hell.
A second goes by before you hear this deep, booming voice, sourceless, kind of rattling your brain, almost like the voice is coming from within your own subconscious. And you hear, Darkwater has been corrupted by a greater evil. What remains of him is only a shell, a vessel, a vehicle, a mode of transportation for the parasite that has infected him. There is no vulnerabilities. There is no quick end. Be strategic, be thorough, be precise, but also do not cluster. Avoid the breath at all costs. And with that, the presence fades.
Turn around and Armin's like this. It's my impersonation of Darkwater.
You're the spinning image of a dragon I've never seen.
Thank you.
He's got his Amiseria face on underneath the mask.
Yeah. Take the mask off. It's just a mutual.
Orpheus just kind of looks at his medallion, says, "Thank you for your counsel, Bahamut," and puts it back under his armor.
Fantastic.
And I dispense the information to the rest of the party, I assume on that last day.
Easy enough. And with that, I think that is a good place for us to end it for the night. So, little early, little shorter of a session tonight, but we are at a good ending point. And just as a reminder, we will not be here next week due to some thing that's happening here in America that happens to be on Tuesday as well. So
Thanks everybody who watched tonight and stubbed.
absolutely, all
Yes,
the new
thank
subs
you.
we got, all the people watching on YouTube, 199 views, and currently 13 people watching. So thank you for that. I think it maxed out at like 16 or 17 people watching at one point. So fantastic. Thank you all for watching, and all the new subs we got on YouTube as well. You guys are awesome. You guys rock. And make sure you tune in again in 2 weeks on, what is that, the 12th? I think the 11th or the 12th. It is the 12th. November 12th at 8:30 Eastern Time here at youtube.com/@thosenaturalones, and also over at twitch.tv/thosenaturalones. And then make sure you also mark it on your calendar for Friday the 15th, November 15th, our in-person sitting around a table rolling real dice in the studio that's right on the other side of that wall. Here, where we will potentially have the invasion on Friday while we're all sitting around there. So, thank you all for joining us. Thank you all for subbing and watching. And we will see you in 2 weeks.
Where hopefully we don't roll a natural one, having a party, and then storming our own home.
Indeed.
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween. We will see you
Happy Halloween!
in 2 weeks.